What is up, everybody? It's me, Dan, moderately anonymous MTG. Normally I know we're here talking about cEDH, but today we are talking Oathbreaker. Oathbreaker just became an official format thanks to WotC, and now we've got official support. So I wanted to check into it and see what the most powerful decks were, but I was running into a problem of not really being able to easily find any. So I compiled this list of some of the coolest and strongest decks that I could find, and a couple of my own design. So let's hop right into it and check out some of these cool and competitive lists for Oathbreaker. But just quickly before we do, I want to remind you, if you're having fun here, click the like and subscribe button, leave a comment, it's very helpful. Hit up all the sponsors right down below. Use our Dragon Shield affiliate link for some awesome sleeves. Hit up our Patreon to give me some direct support. Bonfire store for some awesome merch. And please enjoy. Thank you for joining us. First up on our list is a deck by Hire from Playing with Power for Jeska Thrice Reborn and Tevesh Doom of Fools with signature spells Jeska's Will and the Elderspell. This is a Rakdos Storm deck which gives us access to some of the best cards that aren't banned in the format, namely a good list of ritual effects and restrictionless tutors. The majority of the deck slots are between card draw and mana generation, with just a few slots devoted to its win con. The main win con for the deck is to get both of your Oathbreakers on board and chain casts of Jeska's Will until it's no longer mana positive or neutral. Then use this abundance of red mana to filter through creatures like Bog Initiate or Initiates of the Even Hand to transfer our red mana into black mana. Then we use the Elderspell to destroy our own Jeska or any other planeswalkers that are on board to ultimate Tevesh, and then use that overwhelming value to piece together our hard win conditions like Dualcaster Mage and Twin Flame, or stealing an opponent's win cons with Praetor's Grasp and Underworld Breach or Yawgmoth's Will. Next up is one of the big reasons to play Oathbreaker for cEDH. This is a deck by Pongo from Team Turn 3 and brewer of the Najeela Warrior Princess deck on the cEDH Decklist database. This is Oko Thief of Crowns and signature spell Flash. That's right, Flash is legal in this format. This is a proactive Simic deck looking to ramp out its commander as early as turn 1 or 2 and use it as a control piece. And since we're in green, we have a really high density of creature tutors to find Protean Hulk to put in our hand to flash in. Our Hulk pile for this deck is very unique and extremely cool. Hulk looks to find creatures with a total CMC of 6, but if you have creatures with no mana cost, they all get in for free. Hulk brings in Azuri, Claw of Progress, and Sage of Hours, and up to 7 creatures in this list that have 0 CMC, like Memnite, Ornithopter, Phyrexian Walker, Shield Sphere, Stonecoil Serpent, Hangerback Walker, and Walking Ballista. As all of these creatures enter the battlefield, they trigger Azuri, Claw of Progress, and that gives you that many experience counters. Then at the beginning of combat, you put that many +1 counters on Sage of Fables, which we can remove to take an extra turn. On our extra turn, Azuri is going to trigger again, put those counters on Sage, and we can rinse and repeat to take infinite turns while we piece together creature beats, or using Walking Ballista as a mana dump to ping out the table. Third on the list is a deck by Cal from Playing with Power that he premiered in his article for TCG Player discussing the competitive decks in Oathbreaker. That article is linked right down below this video. Make sure you check it out, it's another awesome resource for cool competitive Oathbreaker decks. This deck list is Nicol, Bolas, Dragon God with signature spell, the Elderspell. This is another deck with a forward-facing win con in the command zone, but the best part about this deck is what the cards in the 58 are doing. This is a Grixis Wheel Thief deck using Narset, Notion Thief, and most importantly, another victim of the EDH ban list, Hullbreacher. Time Twister, Windfall, and Wheel of Fortune are all legal in Oathbreaker as well, and with a deck that's only 58 cards and access to the best tutors in the format like Demonic Tutor, Mystical Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, this makes for a really powerful and really consistent deck. The biggest hit for a deck like this is the fact that cards like Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, and Dark Ritual are illegal in Oathbreaker, but we can make up for that by running the 0 mana rocks that we have access to in Lotus Petal, Mox Diamond, and Chrome Mox. And then we can use lands like Ancient Tomb and City of Traders to power up quick signets, or pay for the lion's share of your Wheel of Fortune or Hullbreacher. The next deck on this list is a personal brew of mine utilizing another combo based in the command zone, Ralstorm Conduit and signature spell Expansion Explosion. 4 of the Spark Standard players will remember this combo using Ral's static ability to ping opponents with infinite copies of Expansion Explosion to deal infinite damage to your opponents. It's a line that takes at least 4 mana with a Gitaxian Probe, but possibly as much as 5 or 6 depending on what spell we can copy. But being in red, we have access to some very powerful ritual effects like Jeska's Will, Stealing Song, and creatures like Dockside Extortionist, Burgi, and Stormkiln Artist that can help us reduce costs or even net mana when casting spells. Outside of our win condition in the command zone, we're also using Dualcaster Twin Flame lines, Narset and Hullbreacher with wheels, and even though Lion's Eye Diamond is banned in this format, Stormkiln Artist makes Underworld Breach wins with Brain Freeze or Grape Shot very easy. It also greatly helps that players only have 20 life and 60 cards in this format. And the last deck on this list is the reason I was inspired to start looking into Oathbreaker. This is another brew of my own for Jared Carthlion and signature spell Blood for the Blood God, 5-color Flash Hulk. This is a 5-color deck using the classic Cephalid Breakfast Flash Hulk combo that tutors Nomad's Encore, Cephalid Illusionist, and Thassa's Oracle onto the battlefield. For only 2 mana at instant speed, we put Hulk into play, sacrifice it to Flash's Resolution, tutor up our combo pieces, and then Thassa's Oracle trigger goes on the stack to win the game. We hold priority and respond to that by using Nomad's ability to target the Cephalid Illusionist, forcing ourselves to mill 3 cards. We keep doing this until our library is empty and win the game. If an opponent responds with creature interaction, we can just respond by activating Nomad's Encore on top of it. It's one of the most difficult combos to disrupt because of how resilient it is to different kinds of interaction. This deck has fewer backup lines to win than any of the other decks featured. Our only other way to win besides resolving Flash is to resolve Thassa's Oracle and Demonic Consultation, but it makes up for more dovetailed win cons by being more aggressively focused on the combo. Oathbreaker is a super sweet format for people who want to relive old combo glory days, or they just want to find new ways to play really powerful cards. But speaking personally, a lot of my decks, and I think some of the other decks, are built largely without a lot of format knowledge. So if you're a veteran Oathbreaker player, please get in the comments, let me know about decks that I missed, about interactions that you think that we're overlooking, other boogeymen in the meta that I should be looking out for. But most of all, thank you so much for watching today. It was a ton of fun to take a look at these decks and think about cards in different ways. And if you're interested in Oathbreaker on the channel, I'm thinking about making some Oathbreaker gameplay. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments. And once again, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below. It's all super duper helpful. Go to our Bonfire store, get some of these awesome shirts, and go to our Patreon to support me directly. But most of all, thanks for watching. Be good to yourselves, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, one of the best ways to support us is by leaving a comment and hitting that like and subscribe button. It's incredibly helpful and always appreciated. If you want to support the channel more directly, join our Patreon to catch episodes early, join our private Discord, and get some other awesome benefits. One final thank you to all of our patrons who make great content like this possible. And thank you for watching. Be good to yourself, everyone.